Okay, so the object that I'm doing is the lipstick that you see in front of you. It's one of my simpler objects that I did for the previous project. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is recreate that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So this object was very simple to create. All I did was, the first one for the casing of the lipstick, I used a polygon cube. Go ahead and raise that up. And then just going to make it a little taller. And then for the actual lipstick itself, I'm going to use a cylinder. Go ahead and bring that up, and we're going to scale it back. And just make it a little bit taller. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom in. Alright, so lipstick doesn't typically look like this unless you've cut the tip off. So what we're going to do is go into edge mode, and we're going to select the entire upper ring by double tapping or double clicking. I'm actually using a pen. So let's go ahead and get that selected, and we're going to rotate it. We're going to just click this one and rotate it down. Now another thing about lipstick is the slope that we've just created is typically not that steep, mainly because you're putting your lips on this, so it's going to create like a indent. So what we're going to do is go into vertex mode, and this is a very simple trick, is we'll just select the center and we'll just bring it down, maybe a little out, and give it more of that oval-ish shape, like that. Very simple. Okay, so now that the actual lipstick part is done, what we're going to go ahead and do is click on the actual casing. Now, the casings for most lipsticks, sometimes they are decorative, sometimes they're not. So what I want to do is actually make a very decorative casing. So I'm going to click on this face, and I'm going to click on Edit Mesh, and I'm going to click Bevel. Very simple bevel. And I'm going to do it on the other side as well. It just makes the casing look a little more decorative. So now that you see, we have run into a problem where the lipstick right here is coming outside of the casing. So one way to fix that is just to play with the two objects to get them to look like they both belong in the same spot. Oh, click the wrong thing. Make sure you're always clicking on the right objects. Probably would help us if we were in object mode. Go ahead, we'll just scale it down. It typically just works, and might as well go ahead and move it too. There we go. Okay, so another thing, lipstick doesn't typically just sit like this on the counter. It usually has a cap. So what I did was I grabbed another cube, I placed it on top like so, and I just worked with getting it to basically look about the right width and height that we need. Ooh, don't need that. Just gonna move it more center. Do like so. And then we'll go into wire just to see if maybe we need to go a little higher or not. We can definitely go up just a little bit. And then of course, we'll need to move it. So for the sake of the actual scene that we are creating, I just went ahead and moved it over to the side. because we're just going to have this leaning against the actual case. Now, when you have a cap, you're going to need something right here that actually can hold it. So this right now wouldn't actually be a cap. So what I went ahead and did is I grabbed another cube and just brought it on over. Stuff like that. Go ahead and scale it down. Nope. And we just need to make it the right width and length. And just a matter of playing with it to get that right shape. I'm getting it nice and even in here. And just go back into wire, see how far we are. And of course, we'll definitely need to make it deeper, since the lipstick over here is going to have to fit in there. Go ahead and make it a little bit deeper. Alright, so now we're going to grab this object first. And go back here. We're going to select this object. And we're going to go to Mesh, Poolings, and Difference. So that way the lipstick will actually fit inside the cap. And then just like we were mentioning earlier, just to get a scene going, go ahead and tilt this on its side so it's leaning up against the casing. And then that was about right. There we go. So now we have the lipstick. Alright, so just so we can make it look better, we're going to assign new material. Go ahead and get this open a little more. Click on this one. And we're going to give it color. Now red is to a typical lipstick color, so I went ahead and did that. So we'll just go ahead and do the same for all the objects. For this one, however, I went with blend. It doesn't look too much different from the other one. It made a little difference. And just go ahead and give it like a blue. And for this one, I went ahead and did the same texture, except this time I'm going to give this one like a gold color. And there you go. And that is how you make lipstick in a very simple design.